What is social stratification? Explained with real-life examples. Social stratification is a big word, but the idea behind it is something we all see and experience every day. In simple terms, social stratification is the way society is divided into different layers or groups based on things like wealth, power, education, job status, and social background. Think of it like a ladder where some people are at the top, others in the middle, and many at the bottom. These layers are not just about money. They also shape people's lifestyles, opportunities, and how they are treated by others. Let us start with a basic example. Imagine a city where some people live in huge houses with swimming pools, have expensive cars, and send their children to private schools. Others live in small apartments, take the bus, and go to government schools. Some might not have a home at all and sleep on the streets. This is not just about who works harder or who is lucky. It reflects a structured system where resources and chances are not equally available to everyone. This structured system is what sociologists call social stratification. Social stratification exists in every society, though the form it takes may be different. Some societies have a caste system, like in parts of South Asia, where people are born into a caste and are expected to stay in that caste for life. In other places, there is a class system where people can move up or down based on their education, job, or income. But even in class systems, the movement is not always easy. A child born in a poor family may find it much harder to become rich, no matter how talented or hardworking they are. Let us look at some examples from real life. In many countries, there are people called the working class. These are often people with jobs in factories, construction, or cleaning. They work very hard, sometimes for long hours, but they earn just enough to survive. Then there is the middle class, who might have office jobs, own small businesses, or work as teachers, nurses, or engineers. They usually have a decent life, but they still have to worry about things like paying bills or saving for their children's future. At the top, you have the upper class, people who own companies, have large amounts of wealth, and often control important parts of the economy or politics. But social stratification is not only about money. It also includes race, gender, religion, and ethnicity. In many places, people from certain racial or ethnic backgrounds face more difficulties in getting good jobs, education, or fair treatment. Women often earn less than men for the same work and may have fewer chances to rise to top positions. People from minority religions or cultural groups may be excluded or discriminated against. All these examples show that stratification is about unequal access to power and privilege. Another example can be seen in education. In wealthy neighborhoods, schools often have better buildings, more qualified teachers, and more resources. Students in these schools are more likely to go to college and get high-paying jobs. In poorer areas, schools may be overcrowded, underfunded, and lack basic facilities. Students from these schools often struggle to get ahead. This creates a cycle where the children of rich parents stay rich, and the children of poor parents remain poor. This cycle is what keeps the layers of society in place. One important thing to understand is that social stratification is not just a natural outcome. It is created and maintained by society. Governments, institutions, and even individuals play a role in keeping these layers in place. For example, when laws allow the rich to pay less tax, or when companies pay workers low wages but give huge bonuses to their top executives, the gap between the rich and poor grows wider. When people judge others based on their accent, clothes, or neighborhood, they are reinforcing social divisions. Even within professions, stratification exists. In hospitals, doctors are at the top, nurses in the middle, and cleaning staff at the bottom. All roles are important, but they are valued differently. This shows that stratification is present not just in income, but in respect and authority as well. Stratification affects people's lives in many ways. It affects what kind of healthcare they receive, how long they live, and even how happy they are. People at the top of the ladder often live longer, healthier lives, and have more control over their time and choices. Those at the bottom often face stress, insecurity, and fewer opportunities to improve their situation. Some sociologists, like Karl Marx, believe that stratification is based on the conflict between those who own resources and those who do not. He argued that the rich keep getting richer by exploiting the labor of the poor. Others, like Max Weber, added that class is not the only factor. He said that status and power also matter. A religious leader may have high status and power, even without being very rich. A highly educated professor may be respected, but still not earn a lot of money. These examples show that stratification is complex and has many parts. In modern times, globalization and technology have changed the nature of social stratification. On one hand, some people can work online, earn good money, and improve their lives. On the other hand, many jobs have become unstable, and new types of inequality have emerged. For example, those who do not have internet or digital skills are left behind. The digital divide is a new form of social stratification. Even in the online world, people show off their social status through the number of followers, expensive gadgets, or luxury vacations. Social media can make inequality more visible and sometimes more painful. It can create pressure to look successful even when people are struggling. This shows that stratification has entered even our virtual lives. Social stratification can lead to frustration, anger, and conflict. When people feel they are treated unfairly or are stuck at the bottom with no hope of improvement, they may protest or demand change. Many social movements in history, such as civil rights, labor unions, and feminism, have challenged the existing social structure. They have fought to reduce inequality and create a more fair society. At the same time, some people believe that stratification is necessary to motivate hard work and reward talent. They argue that not everyone can be equal and that society needs different roles and rewards. But even if some difference is needed, extreme inequality can harm social trust and unity. Understanding social stratification helps us become more aware of the forces that shape our lives. It helps us see that success or failure is not always about individual effort. It is also about the system we are part of. When we understand this, we can work to create a society where everyone has a fair chance, not just those born in the right family or place. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful or interesting, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create more content that explains complex social ideas in simple ways. See you in the next video.